Hello students, welcome to Gradeup, India's largest live learning platform. सही prep है तो live set है. Good evening all of you. Welcome all. So in today's class we are going to talk about how to do revision and increase your speed, because that is a very important topic, right? Most of the students, they ask questions like, sir, how we can revise, how we should revise effectively so that we can retain the concept for the longer time, right? So we are going to discuss all these questions, and if you have any doubt you can also ask your doubts in the chat box. I'm going to take all the questions from you. Okay, yes. So guys, do like the session. Hi Nishat, hello, good evening, welcome. Am I audible and visible properly? Just let me know once, then we are going to start. Just give me one confirmation in the chat box. Am I audible and properly visible? Okay, I think everything is fine. Yeah. So in today's class we are going to talk about this, how to do revision, because that is very important. Most of the students, they don't know how to revise effectively, right? And how to increase their speed when they are solving the questions, how they can work on their speed, how they can increase their speed, how in the less time they can solve the questions accurately and correctly, right? So these two are very important topics, and both are interrelated also. Thank you Nishat, thank you for the confirmation. Yes, both are interrelated also. That's why I have combined these two topics, revision and increase speed, because if you are revising effectively, definitely that is going to help you in increasing your speed. Okay, so we will talk about it in a lot of detail today, and I'm going to discuss all the key points which are required for revising effectively and for increasing your speed. So before starting, let me introduce myself. My name is Anshul Sharma. I have 1+ years of teaching experience and mentoring GATE CS aspirants. In GATE 2020, I have secured All India rank 294. I have also qualified ISRO and NEET exam. My area of expertise is operating system, digital logic, compiler, DBMS, discrete and computer networks. Okay, so those who want to prepare for GATE 2022 or 23, so Gradeup is providing you flat 50% off on the eve of this Father's Day. So you can make your dad proud with Sahi Prep today. So you can use this code DAD50 for subscribing to Gradeup Super and for GATE and PSU exams. Okay, these are the courses we are having at Gradeup for all these streams. So Vision 2022 English batch, Vision 2022 Hindi batch, Vision 2023 Hindi or English batch. In this batch you are going to get 850+ hours of live classes, 8000+ practice questions, 100+ mock test and 120+ chapter wise study notes. Hi Suhas, good evening, welcome. So you can subscribe to Gradeup Super, and for more information you can always contact on this number 965005290. Okay, right guys. So if you want to connect with me, if you want to ask your doubts related to preparation or your GATE syllabus as well, like technical doubts, definitely you can connect with me and you can ask your doubts in this group. So this is the link of the Telegram group. I hope it is visible to all of you. That is Anshul_Sharma_CS. So you can join this Telegram group and you will be getting the PDFs as well for all the classes which I take on YouTube. You will be getting all the PDF guidance, and your doubt clearance will be done in this group only. So you can join this group. Right, so guys, let's start. And before that, there is one more announcement. Today at 7 p.m. Gradeup is conducting one GATE champion contest. So basically on every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday we are conducting this quiz. So today is Monday, so topic is relational model and normalization. At 7 p.m. Navneet Gupta sir is going to take this class, and you can earn while you learn. The first ranker is going to get 300, second ranker 200 and third ranker 100 rupees. So you can definitely attend this class also on Gradeup app. Right, so guys, these are the most important, or you can say the key elements for revision and to increase your speed. The first thing is your short notes, second is your practice question, third one is your test series. I'm going to discuss each point in a lot of detail. Okay, so when we talk about short notes, Why short notes is very important when you want to revise effectively? See, suppose you have completed one subject. Let's take any subject. Suppose operating system you have covered, right? So when you covered a subject, when you have studied that subject from any source, whether it is paid course or YouTube or standard textbooks or from any source, if you have covered that subject, now you have made the long notes, right? That is not short notes. Almost 200 to 300 pages it will cover for one subject approximately, right? So now when you have to revise those pages again and again, it will consume a lot of time. It will take you a lot of time to revise each and every concept. So what you have to do when you are done with the subject, when you have studied that complete concepts of a subject, after that you don't have to prepare short notes. First you have to solve previous year questions. Okay, first you have to solve previous year questions. On the basis of previous year questions, you will get an idea like what kind of questions will be asked from this subject, right? What kind of topics they are covering, most frequently questions you can say, right? So from that you are going to get an idea like, okay, so in operating system we have these many topics, right? And from these topics, these are very important topics from which they frequently asked questions. Hi, good evening Sashikala, good evening DK. Okay, so from this analysis you will get a fair idea, what are your important topics. Now you have to include those topics in your short notes. Okay, I will talk about many more things what you have to include in the short notes. So first thing is your short notes, second practice question, third test series. Now let's talk about short notes first. So what are the things you have to include in your short notes? First is your important concepts and formulas, right? So how you get to know which are your important concepts and formulas? Obviously, when you will be solving previous year questions, you will get a fair idea. Okay, these are the important questions, and almost every year they are going to ask questions based on this topic or this concept, right? Questions may not be repeated, right? Questions will be different, but concept is same. They are going to frame new question every year, right? But the most important thing is you are going to get, okay, this concept is important, so definitely in this my short note this concept has to be there, so that whenever I will be revising those short notes, I'm going to revise that concept definitely. Are you getting this, all of you? So this is very important. And if you have some formulas, see, in computer science branch you have less formulas as compared to other branches. If you talk about electrical, electronics, mechanical, they are having a hell lot of formulas, right? But in computer science you have very less formulas, but still if you have some formulas you should include it, right? And you should know the concept, how you are getting that formula. Okay, you should know the derivation as well, because derivation is more important than formula in this stream, computer science stream, because they are not going to ask you direct formula based questions. Definitely they are going to ask you the concept based questions, logical based questions. Okay, so that is very important, and you have to include only those things in your short notes. Second thing is your common mistakes. Now when you are studying one subject, suppose you have studied operating system, all right? Now you have solved previous year questions, so you might have done some mistakes, right? So you have to note down those mistakes. Apart from that, if you have appeared for some test series, some topic wide test or subject test, then also you might have done some mistakes, right? Silly mistakes or conceptual mistakes. So you have to include those mistakes as well in your short notes, because that is very, very important. If you are going to include that in your short notes, whenever you are going to revise that subject through your short notes, you will get an a reminder, kind of reminder you will be getting, okay, I don't have to commit this silly mistake or this conceptual mistake again, right? If you are not including those things in your short notes, then again you are definitely again in the next test you are going to commit same mistakes. In the exam also, in the gate exam also, you are going to commit same mistakes. So that is why I would suggest you to include your mistakes as well in your short notes, right? So that is the second thing. And third thing is frequently asked questions or concepts, right? So you might observe that in previous year questions as well, there are various frequently asked questions. So you have to include that, or some questions which you are not able to solve, right? Are you getting this? Because we can say when you study a subject, almost 80 to 85% questions you can solve, when you are done with the concept, but still there is 50 to 20% questions which you are not able to solve in the first go. For that you have to see the solution, you have to understand the solution, right? You have to make your concepts more clear, then only you will be solving that question, because that question might be difficult, right? So that is why you have to include the concept behind that question in your short notes as well, or you can directly bookmark your question, or you can include that particular complete question and its solution as well in your notes, so that when you will be revising your short notes, you will be covering everything which you require for the revision purpose, because you are not going to revise long notes again and again, because that can even take the whole day to revise the complete notes. So that is why you have to make short notes for each and every subject. Clear? Is this clear so far? Please let me know, all of you. If you have any kind of doubt, you can ask in the chat box. So this is the first and most important point for revising effectively. Okay, I hope you are getting. So if you have any doubt, you can ask, and we are going to proceed further. The second point is this is your second point, that is practice questions. Practice questions, right? So practice questions are very important. Now these practice questions are related to your revision as well as your increasing in speed and accuracy. Why? Because when you are revising a subject, just studying the theory is not sufficient, right? Just studying the theory is not sufficient. Sometimes you know the theory, you know the concept, but still you are not able to solve the questions, right? So why you are not able to solve the questions? Because you haven't practiced variety of questions, all types of questions based on that particular concept, right? Because on a single concept we can frame, you can say on a single concept we can frame 8 to 10 types of questions, right? If you talk about process synchronization from operating system, you can have 8 to 10 type of questions, and most probably you cannot have more than 10 types of questions on this single concept, but yes, they can frame the question differently. The way to approach that problem, that will be same, right? If you see the previous year question paper as well for 2021, you will find it out that most of the time they include the the questions based on finding the deadlock or live lock. So you know the concept, but you have to identify, and how you can approach the problem, that will decide how many questions you have practiced on that particular concept. So that is why it is very important to practice questions, right? Whenever you are revising, what you can do is, suppose you have covered one subject, now you are going to start next subject. So before starting next subject, you can allocate 1 or 2 days to particular subject for the revision purpose. Okay, in between whichever in between the two subjects, you can give 2 days to a particular subject, right? So what you can do is, you can revise the short notes. If you have prepared the short notes, well and good. If you haven't prepared, then you have to revise the long notes. So I would suggest to all of you to make short notes, because in the end, in the November, December and January month, last 3 months, they are going to be very useful for that, for your preparation and for revising in less time. So I would suggest you to have short notes. And then I was saying practice questions. Practice questions are very important. Now from what are the sources of practicing questions? First one is your previous year questions. So when you are studying one subject, I hope you have solved previous year questions then and there also. Like we can say the first iteration of previous year questions you have solved when you are studying that subject, right? So when you are done with that subject, you might have bookmarked those questions which you were not able to solve in the first go, right? Suppose out of 10 questions, you have solved 7 questions easily, but for 3 questions you have referred the solution or the concept again, and then you were able to solve that question, right? So you have to mark those questions in the previous year questions, right? You have to mark those questions so that whenever you are going to revise that subject, you are going to refer those questions again. You have to try to solve those questions again, right? Otherwise you will not be able to retain that concept for the longer time. So you have to revise those difficult questions or tricky questions. You have to revise it again and again whenever you are doing the revision for that particular subject. Okay, so previous year questions the best resource, I would say the number one resource for practicing questions. And then you can have a simulated environment for practicing questions within a time frame. Like you have Gradeup quizzes. So Gradeup provides 8 to 10 questions like this, short quizzes on various topics of a single subject. So what you can do is, whenever you get a time, just for 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you can just open Gradeup app, you can practice these quizzes. This is definitely going to help you to solve questions and to increase your speed as well, because you are going to solve the questions quickly, right? Because there is a time frame, in 15 or 20 minutes you have to solve these many questions. So you will be getting habitual of solving the questions in less time, and that is going to help you to revise the concept as well. Sometimes without revising the concept, if you solve the question, that is also going to be helpful, because you will get to know which is that topic or concept which you are forgetting. So you have to revise that, right? And which concept you are retaining for longer time, that means you need less revision for that particular concept. I hope you are getting this point as well, because that is very important. Now, and apart from that, Gradeup practice series, like through free app classes, you can attend free app classes. We are conducting daily free app classes by various faculties of computer science, right? So you can attempt those free practice series as well, because we are going to give you 1 or 2 minutes for a single question, and you have to solve that question within that time, right? Within that time frame. So that is also going to help you to increase your speed, to work on your speed. See, the more you revise, the more you practice questions, that is directly proportional to the speed and accuracy improvement. And that is the fact. I have experienced this. That's why I'm telling this, because most of the times students practice less questions and they think why they are not able to solve the questions within less time. So that is the main thing. They are not revising. The more you revise the concept, you will take less time. You see, your processing speed, whenever you are reading a question in your exam or in any topic test or subject test, the processing speed will decrease. How it will decrease? Because you have revised that concept various times, and you have practiced questions based on that. So you have to minimize that processing speed as much as possible when you are reading the question, and that can only be done when you are revising a lot and when you are practicing a lot. So this is very important point. Most of the students, they don't figure out this point, and this is very important. So you can attempt practices through free app classes, and you can attempt Gradeup mega mock challenges. So we conduct in every month we conduct 8 to 10 mega mock challenges. So you can practice that as well. You will be getting all India rank, so that is going to boost your confidence as well. And the main objective is not just that rank. Main objective is you can work on your accuracy, you can work on your practice and revision through that mega mock challenges as well. See, that's why I've included these resources, because you can practice on these resources, through these resources, right? Now, still, if you feel like you need to practice more questions, suppose many students face problems in process synchronization from operating system, right? So what you can do is, if you want to solve more questions on that topic, so you can refer practice books as well. We have Pearson. So in the previous video I also talked about it. So we have 2 to 3 books. You can practice through those practice books. You can solve more questions based on that particular concept, until you feel that yes, now I'm feeling comfortable in this concept, in this topic, and now if any question comes from this topic, I will be able to solve 98-95%. you can say I will be able to solve the question based on it. Or at least if there is a weak concept, you can just try to make it above average. You can not strong, but at least above average, so that if in the GATE exam easy to moderate questions will come from that topic, you will be able to solve it. Okay, so that is the technique you have to use. Okay, you have to use. And again, that frequently asked questions and concepts, you have to, this is not the part of this, so you can exclude that. These are the top 5 points through which you can practice, questions. So this is the third point. I hope it is clear so far. Please let me know if you have any doubt. Then we are going to discuss the third point. That is very important. That is, yes, Nishad, please name few books. Yes, that is, one is Pearson. let me write it here so that you can just Google it. You will be finding on e-commerce websites. Pearson is one of the book for practicing questions, and we have some okay, I will let you know what one more book is there. I'm not able to recall the author name, but yes, Pearson is one of the book, and you can watch the previous class also, the general class I have taken on YouTube. I have mentioned that book as well. Okay, otherwise I will let you know on the Telegram group as well. You can just ping me, I will let you know. Okay, yes, Suhas, can we make short notes while solving, or make short notes then solve the problems? No, first you have to solve previous year questions. On the basis of previous year questions, you will identify what you have to include and what not, right? Because just after studying the subject or theoretical part, you will not able to figure out what are your important what are the important topics you need to write in your short notes. On the basis of previous year questions only, you will be able to figure it out, right? On the basis of previous year questions and some practice questions, you will get to know, okay, these are the important topics, and through that you will be able to identify what are your weak topics as well. Suppose you have solved all the previous year questions from a particular subject, right? Now out of suppose 50 questions, you have solved 35. You have solved easily 35 questions, right? Now 15 questions you find difficult or tricky, or you don't know the concept. That can also happen. You don't know the concept. In that case, you will first have to identify from which topics they have asked those questions, right? So you will get to know, okay, these topics you can consider as your weak topics, or you don't know the concept, you need to study further, right? You need to study further, or what you can do is you can try to see the solution as well and try to build up the concept from the solution of previous year question. That is also very important point, right? Sometimes you won't find that concept in the theoretical part, but through questions we can build more concepts as well, right? Through the solutions of previous year questions, you can build more concepts, and then you have to include in your short notes as well. So this way you can identify what you have to include or what not. Okay, that is the best way. Yes, Saurabh, sir, I'm from Gradeup Super Batch. Good, I'm very happy because there are best faculties. Thank you, Saurabh, for this compliment. So we always try to give you the best content and best quality, right, so that you can excel in GATE exam with great rank. So now let's come to the third point, which is test series, right? Third point is your test series. Okay, test series also very important, right? So you need to practice topic test when you are studying one subject, right? And when you are done with one subject, when you are revising, so first you have to revise the theoretical part, then you have to solve the previous year question. Now you can practice, now just to figure out whether you are comfortable in that subject or not, whether you are whether you will be able to solve questions or not. Now you need the actual, you can say the actual environment, right? That is test series. So I always say to every student, tell to every student that you need to have at least 2 to 3 test series. That is up to you. You can purchase any other test series as well. Gradeup is providing you one test series. Apart from that, you can take 1 or 2 more test series. Okay, why you need to have 2 to 3 test series? So that you can get variety of questions, okay, on a single concept. That is the important point here, right? And you can analyze your performance among various competitors, right? Because when you are attempting more than 2 test series, like 2 to 3 test series, you will be facing the actual competition. Like, okay, in 2000 students or 3000 students, where I'm standing. Not just to get demotivated. No, you don't have to get demotivated. You just have to analyze, right? Because it is a process. You have to follow throughout the year till your GATE exam. What is the process? Revise, learn, revise, practice, analyze. You can write this point. This is the most important point. Learn, because first of all you are going to learn the concepts, then revise, practice, and the most important point, which is analyze. Because if you are just stopping here, just after practicing, if you are not analyzing, you are not going to improve. You have to analyze. You have to analyze your performances. You have to analyze after every test. You have to analyze what kind of mistakes you are doing, whether it is a conceptual mistake or it is a silly mistake. You have to identify that. If it is a conceptual mistake, in that case you have to read that or study that subject again, study that concept again, okay, from various sources you can refer, right? And if it's a silly mistake, then you have to work on that. You have to practice more questions, and you have to take a little more time while solving the questions. Just try to increase your accuracy, because I always say that accuracy is far more important than speed. Accuracy is more important than speed, because if you are solving the questions accurately, then only you are going to get the marks. If you are just solving it at a quick pace and you are committing silly mistake, it is not going to be helpful in any way for you, right? So always focus on accuracy more than speed, right? And from this analysis phase, you will get to know, yes, where I'm committing the mistake, right? So that is why it is very, very important. So what you can do is, when these topic tests are useful when you are studying that subject for the first time. Okay, suppose you are studying that subject from any resources or any paid content or anywhere from any free resources as well. If you are studying that subject or concept, then you can practice topic test based on that, so that you can get fair idea, okay, from this concept I'm getting these many questions, this type of questions. When you are done with the complete subject, then go for subject test. Then go for the subject test, because that is very important, because now you have to figure out how I'm performing in that particular subject, right? After covering all the concepts, now what is my performance, whether I'm able to score 70 to 80% marks or not, right? Then you have to identify, okay, out of these 10 topics from this single subject, my 7 to 8 topics are strong, but these 2 topics I have to work on more, right? I have to study that concept again, or I have to refer more resources, so that I can make these 2 concepts as well my strong concepts, my strong topics, right? So this is the part of analysis phase. Then only you are going to improve. I have seen many students, they just keep on giving tests and they don't improve, and they don't get the point why they are not improving when they are attempting so many tests. The point is, they are not analyzing their performances. Suppose you are giving a subject test of, suppose 1.5 hour. Let's take one example. 1.5 hour you are giving a subject test, okay? Now for 1.5 to 2 hours you have to do the analysis. 1.5 hour was the duration of the test. After attempting the test, you have to give 1.5 to 2 hours for the analysis purpose. If you are not giving this, you are not going to improve. And in the gate exam also, or before the gate exam, when you are going to attempt the full length test, mock test, then your score will be lying between 30 to 40 and maximum 50. You are not going to go in the higher range like 70, 65, 75, 80 and so on, right? So you have to build your quality, like I have to analyze each and every mistake. And whenever you learn from your mistake, anything new you learn from the mistake, you have to note down in your notes, or make some mistake copy, something like that. So you can make mistake copy and you can note down your mistakes there as well. Even if it is a silly mistake, you should write, okay, like we can have many types of silly mistakes as well. Sometimes we don't read the question properly and we miss the units, like in which unit we have to mark the answer. So you should write in your mistake copy, like this kind of silly mistake I done, I do most frequently, like I don't pay attention to the units in which I have to answer. So you should write that silly mistake as well, because when you are going to revise those mistakes, your mind will trigger in the gate exam or in the mock test as well. Yes, you have to read the units, then only mark your answer. Are you getting this? This is the fact, and you have to follow this. So because a single 1 or 2 silly mistakes can cost you a great rank, and you will be you will be moving out of 500 and 1000, right? Just 1 or 2 silly mistakes can cost you this much. So that's why I'm focusing on each and every minute detail, so that you can write it somewhere and you can just practice it and just make it your habit to do it. Okay, then after subject test, when you are done with 4 to 5 subjects, then you have to, after the revision purpose, then you can go for multi-subject test as well. So in various test series you will see multi-subject test as well, right? So that means questions are combined from various subjects, then you can practice. So it will help you, because in the gate exam they are not going to mention, okay, first 5 questions are from digital logic, second 10 questions are from, you know, computer networks. They are not going to mention it. So now what you have to do is you have to get habitual to, you know, solve the questions randomly from any subject, from any topic, right? So that is why you have to attempt multi-subject test, because that is going to be helpful for you a lot. Because suppose first question is from you know, discrete mathematics, second question is from operating system, then you need to switch your, like in operating system, if you have studied, we do context switching from P1 process to P2 process. So context switching should be fast, right? Similarly, when you are solving a question from discrete mathematics, then after some time, second question, suppose it is from operating system, then you need to context switch. You need to context switch in your mind. Okay, just after reading the question, you will identify the topic and subject, and then just get the meaning out of it, start solving the question, solve it correctly and quickly, and then mark your answer, right? So this context switching processing time needs to be reduced, and this is the way you can reduce it. Okay, so you have to practice multi-subject test, because that is going to be really helpful. And then full length test will come when you have covered, you know, almost 70 to 80% of your syllabus. Okay, as at this point of time, no need to attempt full length test, because you can start attempting full length test you know, by the end of October or starting November, right? Then you can start attempting full length test, just to get a fair idea where you are standing as of now, right? Are you getting 50 marks or 45 marks or maybe more than that? So you need to identify that for full length test in the end of October or November. Okay, so these are the most important points which you have to focus on to, you know, revise effectively and to increase your speed. And now if you have any doubt, definitely you can ask in the chat box. I'm going to reply it definitely. Yes, anyone, any doubt you have? And whenever you revise any subject, identify the weak topics. That is very important. If you are not going to identify the weak topics, you are not going to improve, right? And if in the gate exam they are going to ask questions from those topics, you will not be able to solve, right? So it is, everything is related. That's why this whole preparation is very important. This process is very important. Always focus on the process rather than the result. If you are focusing more on the process to get things right, definitely the result will be in your favor. No one can stop it, right? So always focus on the process. That is very important. Yes, anyone, any doubt? If you are having any doubt, please ask. Yes, Suhas sir, I have finished around 5 subjects. Good, but didn't follow this pattern for them. Any advice? Now you can start revising those subjects in this way. Whatever strategy I have explained you can pick one subject. And how to pick one subject? See, you have covered 5 subjects. Now what you can do is first pick that subject which, you know, in which you feel you are uncomfortable. That means your weak subject, right? So you have to pick that subject first. Try to make it your strong subject, right? If not strong, just, you know, make it above average, above, you know, moderate level, so that you will be able to attempt easy to moderate level easily. It is easy to moderate questions easily. Okay, so pick that subject, revise in this manner. Like, you have to follow this strategy. You can make your own strategy, but yes, from my experience, I'm sharing this strategy with you. So definitely you should follow this and you will be getting the result, definitely. Okay, so pick those subjects first, and then in the round robin fashion you have to revise those 4 to 5 subjects. Okay, until that time you will be completing more subjects, right? So include those subjects as well in the queue, right? So that is why round robin, you know, CPU scheduling algorithm is very important, right? So you can include the new covered subjects in the queue, and you can just follow the same process for each and every subject. Okay, any further question? Because I have explained everything which is very important, and these are the key points. If you have missed this, definitely it will cost you a lot of marks, you can say, in the gate exam. Right, guys, if you have any doubt, please ask. And this is the Telegram group. You can connect with me for any guidance, PDFs which I take on YouTube classes. So you will be getting the PDF there. I will be uploading that just after the class, YouTube's class. And as well as doubt clearance. Doubt clearance can be anything, like from any technical subject. If you have any doubt, you can definitely ask in the group as well. So you can connect with me on this group. The link is Anshul_Sharma_CS. Okay, right? So I hope no further questions are there, so we can wrap up this session. I have covered almost everything. These are the star faculties we have at Gradeup for computer science, and they will be providing you like lectures, free app classes, and in the Gradeup Super subscription they will be teaching you. In GATE 2021, you can see we have 10 plus gradients under AR10 among all the streams, so that is a big achievement for Gradeup and its students. You can subscribe to Gradeup Super. You will be getting unlimited access, structured live courses. Green card is also included in this, in which you are going to get 100 plus online mock tests designed by the toppers based on the latest exam pattern. So that is by India's best faculty. Complete doubt resolution will be there, full syllabus coverage for your exam. If you have any doubt related to this courses, you can definitely contact on this number 96500 So guys, I hope you have liked this session, and do share this session with your friends, right? Do share this session with your friends, because I have discussed many important key points which most of the students, they don't realize. They don't even realize that this is important in this process, right? We always focus on the result, but we ignore the process, because that's what the main important thing is. Process is very important rather than result. Okay, so you can download Gradeup app and you can attend all the mock test, quizzes, right? And Gradeup free app classes you can also attend daily. Almost all the faculties take free app classes. You can attend those free app classes and get the benefit of it. Yes, Nishad, thank you so much. You are so good. I learned important things. Just wanted to know how frequently should we revise. Yes, suppose you have studied one subject for the first time. So what you can do is, just after 7 to 10 days, just after 1 week, you can say, you have to revise. If you are done with one subject, then just after 7 days or 10 days, you have to revise that subject. Okay, in the first iteration. Now for the second iteration for that same subject, you have to revise it after a month. Okay, you have to revise it after a month. For third iteration, now you can increase it around 2.5 months or 3 months, then you have to revise, right? So like this you have, because you have to revise other subjects as well. So this is for one subject I have explained you. You have to follow the same thing for other subjects as well. First iteration after 1 week or 10 days, second iteration after 1 month, third iteration after 2.5 or 3 months. And then by the time you will be getting in the last phase of preparation, like in the last 3 months, then you have to just do 2 to 3 things. You will be done with your syllabus, right? You have to practice, revise and analyze. These 3 things you have to do in the last 3 months of your preparation, right? Then you will be revising more frequently, but before that you have to follow this pattern. You should follow this pattern. Okay, I hope it is clear, Nishat. Okay, so thank you everyone for attending this session. I will keep bringing you these kind of sessions as well, because I know most of the students, they have the knowledge, but they lack in these things, right? In kind of strategy and how to prepare, how to figure out these things, right? This is very important in your preparation as well, apart from the knowledge. So I will be keep bringing this kind of sessions for you. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining this. Hope you have liked this. Do share with your friends in all the Telegram groups and WhatsApp groups, so that they can also get the benefit out of this session. Okay, thank you everyone. I will see you very soon again with the new session. So take care, have a nice day, and bye bye.